Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam once again with you, and today we are going to talk about a company which has given you 200% returns in the last 1 year. Guys, we all are aware that people deposit money in banks for 4%, and this is one company which has given you excellent returns, and one specialty is that this is a public sector undertaking, and we are going to talk about Mazagon Docks Limited, which has given you 200% returns. And today, you know, it has given a jump of around 3%, 4% on a daily basis. Typically, if you look at this particular company, the rally which started in July this year, look at the turnover, margins, growth, everything. They have performed extremely well. Their revenues have gone up by 8%, their margins have gone up by 7%, and we are going to look at what is the outlook, future prospects, whether we can invest money, whether the company will be able to sustain its returns. I will be giving you all the information. Singhal, their director of finance, he had come out with this interview in CNBC, and I will try to decomplicate some of his speech, and I will explain. Their ship repair business is extremely good, and he has talked a lot about their ship repair business, their capex, what kind of orders they have. The order books are of course overflowing, and many factors that will drive the profitability of this company. I will try to explain all that in simple terms. Now if you look at the results during the first half itself, they have already crossed 4,000 crores in the first half, and absolutely it's a very good growth. And a lot of people are saying that this is not a big thing because last year the base was very small, but we are not talking about this comparison, but even in overall terms the company has done extremely well, and we will look at some of the enablers. And what Mr. Singhal says is that the company has grown extremely well, and if you look at compare it with the last year, the revenue growth has been extremely good, and during this year they are targeting more than 7,500 crores, and that's the revenue guidance. And as far as the margin guidance is concerned, there has not been very significant change, because whenever you talk about margin guidance, we are talking about profitability, and I have been in this field for a long time. No chief executive will give you margin guidance exactly, but overall Singhal is very confident that they will be able to give good profits, because the fixed costs are coming down, the economies of scale that is coming into the industries, and as a result of fixed costs coming down and the economies of scale improving, the company will be doing extremely well. Now as regards the ship repairs, Singhal says that ship repair is a business where the margins are really very good. It is a high margin business, there is no doubt about that, but their focus will be on ship building. If you look at the proportion of ship repairs, it's very, very less. If you look at their yard capacity, if you look at their skill sets, etc., etc., their focus will be more on destroyers and submarines. So he also talks a lot about destroyers and submarines, which I would like to present to you. And they have a very large order, which is submarine P75II stands for India. We will not get into more into these complications. So they have already filled up the tender, and the last date for which was getting over in the month of October, but there are some challenges. And if you look at that particular order, they have an order for 6 submarines, traditional ones, air independent propulsions with lithium batteries. They had to fill up. The government has not extended the dates, but they have not finalized the tender also, because this is going to be a very major tender, and this is going to drive this particular company, and that is why I'm spending some time. And they've not been able to close the tender. So it's making a submarine is not making a car. Yeah, so many stakeholders. For example, We have already identified 5 important suppliers, and most of whom are not responding at all. We are talking about the foreign investors because this is a very complex kind of an area. For example, we are talking about a big platform, so many agencies, Navy, government, suppliers, technologies, foreign collaborators, Indian executors. It's a very complicated mechanism, guys, because our naval commanders, captains, they want the best of the best submarines to run their fleet and to make such a big platform with cutting edge technology. Obviously, it will take its own time, and that's what Singhal also says. So once the orders are decided, then the timelines will come clear. And as far as the capacity is concerned, there is a project which is a Scorpion project, which is 75 P75, and they're making 6 submarines. Out of 6, 4 submarines have already been developed. A lot of challenges in the Indian Ocean region, and especially as far as the 5th submarine is concerned, they will be delivering in the month of December. So they have excess good capacity. So capacity is not a constraint at all. So the moment they get these orders, they will start the production. But remember that the tender is in the process of finalization, and as far as capex is concerned, during this year they have put in a capex of approximately 200 crores and 200 crores, and they're also on the process of making a floating dry dock, which is one of a very important in any shipbuilding industry. Not everything is clear, but one thing we need to keep in mind, that whenever public sector undertakings do well, then the government will start thinking of disinvestments, etc. This question was also put up to Mr. Singhal in terms of what his views are as far as disinvestments are, for which he clearly said that he does not have any information on that. You have a lot of the players are also involved. Larsen and Toubro is involved in it, and very much like we talked about the complexity of building this. Larsen and Toubro is involved, cutting edge technology is involved, a lot of things are involved. But one thing is very clear, that being a public sector undertaking, Mazagon Docks have done extremely well. And one thing, guys, we have talked good about Mazagon Docks, but one thing we should not forget is most of these defense equipment companies, and this is not just my opinion, this is the opinion of many experts in the field, sustenance becomes a problem because most of them are, highly regulated, government orders, inspections, testing, etc. So little bit of concerns in terms of sustainability of profits. Cash flow has always been a problem, though. Mazagon Docks, people are saying there is no much of a cash flow problem. These are some of the the concerns raised by many experts, but there is absolutely no doubt that in the last 1 year the company has delivered stellar returns, especially as far as Mazagon Docks are concerned. And we will also be coming up with a report about another public sector undertaking, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and do go through that video, guys. And this is Dr. Sadasivam signing off till we meet again. Bye bye, Jai Hind.